What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Photoshop Masterclass course. We are continuing on the layer section. This right here is going to be an exercise, how to create some advanced text using the layer effects, aka layer styles. So we left it off here. We got this real nice purple text up there at the top. This looking 10 out of 10. I mean, let's go ahead and click the off on the effects button. This is what we're dealing with before, people. And we click that button, it turns it on. It makes it so much more advanced. That's actually, you know, a movie-worthy title. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but overall that right there is definitely better than our basic Betty, if you will, which was that original thing that we were messing with, right? So let's actually go up here to File, let's go to New, and let's create a brand new 1080p document. Go ahead and create it, and basically what I want to do is I want to go over here to the text tool. I want to click on the screen, and I want to write Ultimate Title. That's right, I just got the inspiration to write Ultimate Title because we're going to be taking a title and we're going to be making it better. We're going to be making it that ultimate title. If you guys actually just sort of drag and hold your image to the middle, you should lock straight to the middle, and that should sort of lock itself. But alternatively, if you do not, you could press Control R and get these sort of points up here, which are the sort of measurements. If you click and hold at the top, you're able to drag that down, and it should lock straight into the middle. If you drag and hold over here, it should lock straight into the middle. Boom, just like that. And you will actually have some guides, and of course those will not pop up in the exported version, but they're pretty useful for maneuvering when you're actually building the text. But we can actually press Control hyphen, and that will actually take it away, or Control hyphen, it'll bring it back, right? I believe that's the hyphen. But ultimately, we got this title, Ultimate Title. It's a basic text layer, but we want to go down here to the effects, and let's actually first off make it a color that is a little bit better than black, right? Because black won't showcase a drop shadow, right? It just won't showcase it very well. So actually, you know what I might want to do? I might want to get that sort of bluish that we were messing with on this particular one. And I want to bring that over here. I want to actually go ahead and click the effects, aka the layer styles, and click drop shadow. Let's let that pop down. And I want to bring this up here. Maybe even like right there. I'm basically trying to bring it to a point where I can see my full thing and customize everything fully, looking good, and press OK. So I'm gonna bring it up to about there, right? We've got the ultimate title looking good with the drop shadow. Then I want to actually go ahead here and get the pattern overlay, so it's looking like we've got that same pattern, but I want to scale it up a little bit. And these are literally just default patterns that are built in here. These will be built in here for you guys as well. Let's actually go ahead and click the different categories and have a look. These are not custom by any means, so you guys should have all of these built in just like I do. And you know what? We could actually go ahead and get some water for this one because I'm liking the watery kind of feel. I'm gonna bring that down a bit so that it's looking good. Nice. 10 out of 10. Soft light. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? Instead of having a soft light, I'm just gonna turn it to normal, so it's like that, and I'm just gonna turn it to maybe about 50% opacity. So just like that, if you followed through, we've got the water, the third water pattern, and we've got the blending mode on normal instead, and the opacity turned to 50. And just like that, it's already starting to shape up. Now I want to go ahead and get my gradient overlay, and I want to go ahead and reset to default so it's looking exactly how it would for you guys. Let's go here. Let's click the gradient color. It'll pop up with here. Let's double click the bottom left color, make that black, press enter to go ahead forward, and then the top color is white. Let's press OK. Let's actually get that blending mode. Let's see what a soft light would be doing. Soft light, as we see, has just added that nice little gradient to it where if we turn it off, we can see what's happened. We can see that the bottom's not really, it doesn't have that same fade from dark to light, whereas if we turn that gradient on instantly, in my opinion, and I'm sure you're seeing it as well, that's looking better. There's no two ways around it. Now, if we keep working our way up the list, we want to go ahead and have a little bit of inner shadow potentially. So we can click that inner shadow. We might want to go ahead and just change that to maybe like a 120 as well as our other shadow, and also maybe mess with that distance a little bit and the size a bit. So actually, I'm going to bring that out a little bit. So you see, we just have that. If we turn it off, we could see it apply a bit more, but we have that little tinge to it now. It looks like we're sort of being drawn into that text, and that's the power of a slight inner shadow. I'm gonna emphasize that one more time. A slight inner shadow, because guys, I cannot tell you how bad your stuff could look if you're overdoing effects. Effects, in my opinion, are best added in moderation. They're best sort of sprinkled on the top like a little bit of salt and pepper or whatever the case may be to sort of complete an already nice situation. If you're actually going and spamming stuff up, right? I don't know if that looks great to you, whatever, but some next level wild ultimate thing, right? It's not going to be looking good. I'm going to go ahead and reset that to the default. I'm going to go ahead and bring that choke in a little bit. Bring that in a little bit right there and actually bring that down. Bring that in here and get it back to where it was. Overall, sprinkle these effects on top, guys. I promise you that's going to be a big, big tip for you guys throughout the course of the course. Let's go up here to the stroke, and let's actually turn the stroke up a bit because I'm thinking that I like this white stroke on this text. As we see, this ultimate title is shaping up to be something that's looking nice. It's looking 10 out of 10 in my opinion. And we can actually do something cool with this stroke where, let's say we get this stroke up to about 10, right? And let's also go down to the shadow. And let's bring the shadow out a little bit more because the stroke doesn't let us see it as much. So boom, we're dealing with a nice thing, a nice ultimate title. Now I want to add the bevel and the emboss. Now the bevel and the emboss, previously we knew that it was pretty much just making it look a bit more 3D. It's looking pretty cool. But there's one particular bevel, which is a style, which is if we click on the pillow emboss and go to the stroke emboss, we can actually turn up the size and emboss the stroke itself, which means that we've got this real 3D type of look right here because it's actually embossing that stroke to it, which obviously means it's sort of pushing the text in the stroke out a little bit, or that's sort of the image that starts to present itself. That's sort of what it looks like. So if we actually come up here and press OK, we have a title called Ultimate Title, which is looking advanced, and we can actually go ahead and, funny enough, drag and drop this title, right? So click your title, click and hold, drag it into the plus button down here, and it will duplicate it. And then what I can do is press Control T, drag this one above, go ahead and enter that in, click this one and hold Shift and press the one above, which highlights both. Drag them down to the middle until they lock. So we've got two identical titles on top of each other, and I'm sure you see what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go up here to Ultimate Title Copy and untick the effects. And just like that, we can see our transformation ultimate title, which I'm almost embarrassed to even call ultimate title, and it transforms into a real ultimate title through the addition of a couple basic effects. And remember, nothing here is a premium asset that I've installed or anything like that. There's no plugins here. Everything is done through these effects, these layer styles that we've seen here, and through just stacking them on top of each other in an effective manner. That right there is the exercise for adding layer effects to improve a text layer. We smashed it. You smashed it. Let's come back with some very cool stuff coming up next to wrap up this particular section.